True story gang violence in Calgary. I have not posted on here in a while, but I wanted to share this experience from my teenage years. I come from a town in northwestern Saskatchewan with the worst crime rate in Western Canada, or at least the most concentrated. Running into skinheads, hookers, or finding drug drops by accident are things you encounter in my town at a young age. By 12, you learn how to spot and intimidate a scout car, that is a car scouting for places to rob, and by 14, you have survived a jumping, stabbing, shooting, or in my case several of all of them. There's a generally understood rule, which is once that the sun sets you do not leave your house unless you have a death wish. I'm saying this all to make you understand where I come from, and why when I'm on vacation, I try my best to turn off those parts of my brain. My dad's side of the family all reside in Calgary, and they have since 1948, so that's where we had go for vacation. As I got older, my cousins who lived in Calgary told me more and more about the gang wars going on there. They told me about Asian gangs and Lebanese gangs fighting for power. They said if you entered the wrong bar, you had be asked to pay the gang's tribute to drink there. My female cousin the summer before this described a graduation party her friend was throwing where her 20 friends and she were. It never crossed their mind to invite this one Asian kid. It was not malice, it was just not something that crossed their mind. This kid thought he was being dishonored, and this part is her story, not mine. The kid showed up with 4 other Asian guys and walked up to the guy throwing the party. They opened his stomach up with a katana right in front of her, and everyone ran. I was always an introvert. In my hometown, I was known as hipster dork. Anywhere outside of my hometown, people thought I was a thug. Some people thought from my appearance I was part of the Turkish mob, but I was a real softie, introverted, never explored nightlife, never tried to prove I was tough. I was always in bed early. This one night I was staying in Calgary. My grandparents had a condo on the southwest part of town. My dad and I were down for Christmas and staying in the communal guest bedroom on the ground floor right behind the entrance to the building. Night 2 of our stay, I was awoken by a full bladder. The lights in this damn bathroom were halogen and so bright it turned my mind on, and by 2 a.m. I was hopelessly awake. The walls of this room are thin and cheap. You can hear the water moving through the pipes and everything in the front entrance. Around 3 I hear running outside. I cautiously opened blinds to the balcony to see a disheveled woman. I cannot remember her ethnicity, though I think she may have been Metis. She had messy makeup and a baby in her arms. She darted into the front doors and started pressing every room button. Slowly, one by one, I heard most of the people in the building, elderly couples that are, slowly waking up and asking what's happening. The only thing this woman could muster was help. And they are coming. Finally, after 3 or so minutes, there was a long buzz and a click followed by scuffling. I heard the ping of the elevator arriving, and the sound I only assumed was her diving shoulder first into the thing. A couple seconds pass and I think, that's odd. Then I hear it, a car screeching to a halt. I open the curtains enough to see one of those cars, the ones that look like the Smokey and the Bandit car except a discount version, the ones that only drug dealers and teenagers drive. This car was parked at the front doors, skid marks from me breaking it. There were 4 Asian men entering the building. 2 of the Asian men wore leather jackets, and 2 wore denim ones. Through these extremely thin walls, all I could hear was, "Did she come in here? I do not know. What you wanna do?" I heard a palm slam against a metal surface, then that bitch. As I heard the doors to the complex violently rocking back and forth with great force, then after a minute they stopped. The leader muttered, "She's out anyway. We will find her. She cannot keep cooped in there forever." Before they exited and coolly entered their car and sped off. I relayed the whole thing to my dad when he awoke. He told me I was too used to my hometown and was being heat-bagged. I let it go and went upstairs. As we were sat in my grandparents' large dining room awaiting scrambled eggs on toast, my grandma perked up and asked, "Do either 2 of you know what all that commotion was last night?" I perked up and relayed what I had seen and heard and asked if anyone had seen her, the woman. They said one of the people on the 3rd floor said someone came up very late in the night, but no one was there the next morning. After that, my dad believed me. My dad's always been one of those people who would rather stare evil in the eye and deny its existence, whereas my friends and I drink it like a moonshine and use it to our advantage. He's an idealist. I'm a realist, so needless to say discussing this would not be his first idea of something to do. This was my first and only experience with Calgary's deep underbelly. For someone with as many degrees as my cousin, she talks my ear off anytime I come down about more gang violence, but I never know if it's true or not. She's relayed the backyard party story to me 4 times, so I'm pretty sure there's a deep truth in it. I also know my experience is true as the day is long. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button to support my work. And as always, enjoy the fear, my dear.